Each year for Halloween, whether in this event or any other time, I try to make a gift box, make little gift boxes, and I try to make them as easy as possible. And this one really is easy. One sheet of cardstock for the body of the house, one sheet for kind of the contrast in the back. It's got a 13-hour clock, which I thought was fun. And the nice thing is it folds flat, so for the next year you can reuse it. But also it's so fast, I think you can make it for, like a whole classroom. So anyway, this is the Easy Halloween House gift box. And first I'll show you the pattern, the easy pattern in Cricut Design Space, and then construction. I'm going to show you how it works in Cricut Design Space on my computer. I am on my computer and I'm using a Maker, but you can use every machine except probably the Cricut Joy. It's a little too wide for the Cricut Joy. All right, I'm clicking either Canvas or New Project. I'm going to do the green button, New Project, in the upper right-hand side. Upload. I'm going to upload. Click the Upload button again. Now I'm going to Browse. And now I'm going to scroll around my computer, look for the Easy Halloween House gift box, clicking on it, and that is my file. And you can see the score lines. The only score lines are on the body of the house. So let's go to continue down here in the lower right-hand corner. And yep, we do want to upload it. Lower right-hand corner, this green button. And this is the pattern. I don't need to see other patterns because I have one right now. So I'm clicking that away. I want to see my entire file. There's the entire file. I just reduced it on the screen so I could see everything. Now, always we go to Ungroup, and then I check my square to see if it's 1 by 1 inch, and that is the scale I designed it at. So I'm going to delete the square. You don't want to cut out, you don't need to cut out the square. Okay, and really the only thing with score lines, the only thing you have to kind of manipulate, you have to set up for cutting, is attach these score lines to the body of the house. So our Cricut knows exactly where our score lines go. And when you click on the house, you'll see it's grouped. There are 2 sections to it. And these kind of funny little lines are the score lines. So let's click on them. So we selected them by themselves. And I draw them in red, almost always. So you see the color box turn red when I click on them. You know, like there's pink. Click on the score lines, they're red. Then we use the operations menu, scroll down, click on it so it scrolls down, score. And then we click on the entire piece. This is the layers panel, and the entire piece, attach. And this fits on one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Obviously, it fits well on 12 by 12 cardstock. And I don't think it matters much which weight cardstock you use. I mentioned during the construction that if you use 65-pound cardstock for the shingles, for the roof, I'm ungrouping them. It helps if at least one of the colors is a heavier one, or be sure to use 2 layers. So, you know, the cutout layer and the background layer. I had one paper that would not cut out this. I kind of showed you during the construction thing. It would not cut this out, and it was just one specific color paper. But it cut well on other 65-pound papers and 110-pound papers. But so if you're having trouble cutting this out, it may actually be the paper. All right, so I think that's the most important things I want to talk about for the gift box. So obviously, you know, the construction's the fun part. Let's go do that. Hey y'all. Now I'm going to show you how to make this little gift box. Every year I like to make a little gift box, but sometimes I kind of go overboard and you have to glue all the little windows on and do all this stuff. But for this one, I just I tried to simplify it. So instead of having you glue the windows on, these are cutouts. And my machine did a great job cutting them out. And then there's a little bat. And in the PDF file, there is a 13-hour clock. I thought it's kind of fun to have a 13-hour clock. So that goes on the back of this front gable. For the body, I like to use a heavier cardstock, one 10-pound cardstock, but 160 would work. And then for the roof, this one, I only use 65-pound cardstock, and it kind of bends when you open the little box and fold it. So I recommend if you use 65-pound cardstock, you also do a background piece. Could be of a contrasting color, just a background piece of stronger cardstock. So I use 110 for this and 65 for that. And I'll kind of explain a little more about that in a minute. So first I'm going to show you how you take it apart. There's a tab at the top, and then there's a tab at the bottom, and they're on kind of opposite sides. And the nice thing is, if you use this and you like it and you want to keep it, you just fold it flat and you can put it in, you know, a box. Like, oh, these are my Halloween things. I just think it's nice that you can fold it like that. And then let me just show you how to put it back together. Put these two flaps in, the two side flaps and the front flap. I'm trying to show you. And then make sure it goes in. And then this one has two little tiny cuts, just trying to make it easier to slide in. And I actually just bend it just a little bit. And then for the top one, you got these flaps, which try to help prevent anything from falling out. And you pull this back flap over, so it is covering up the top of the gable. And then you just insert this in the slot at the top. And that's your little gift box. Okay, I want to show you some cutting issues I had. I'll pull out all this stuff. Yeah, it was a pain. All right, so for this one, I wanted it to cut out, you know, some kind of zigzag shingles and then put it in front of the black, but I could not get this paper to cut. I tried it on all different settings, more, less, cardstock for intricate cuts, and this is actually the best one. And this was cardstock for intricate cuts, less pressure, and that one was the first time I ever even got, like, you know, one whole row just about done. This was from the same package of paper. And let's see, eventually I think I got that color to work. I got one of the colors from the pack. So again, this was cardstock for intricate cuts, and it was almost okay. You can see jammed up a little there. And it was with a new mat, or a relatively new mat, and a new blade. So this was also in the same pack. But finally, I did get one of the pinks in the pack to cut out with cardstock for intricate cuts. And the same thing with the blue, with this kind of purpley blue. When I went to cardstock for intricate cuts, it worked. Now, ironically, it worked for the 110-pound cardstock. It worked beautifully. So I think it's really the paper. I think it was the paper. But sometimes if you are having trouble cutting with your cutting machine, sometimes you need less pressure, not more. So I just wanted to kind of show you that, and see the square pieces cut out fine. Right, now let's go to construction. These are the background pieces, and there I made two options for black background pieces. If you don't want to bother with gluing a door on, I just thought it might be fun if you had different color doors from the, you know, the contrast, just having a different color. So if you don't want to bother with that, just use the solid background piece. But if you do want to add a door, or a door with a little opening, then use the cutout piece.
So I just wanted to kind of explain that, but you only need one front piece, whichever one you like, with the door cut out or without. And so I would save this for if I'm going to use a door with a hole in it, with the opening. And of course, these would work well with lights, if you wanted to have lights in there. And today we're going to use this kind of purpley color. Let me see if I have everything. 2 side pieces, 2 roof pieces, a front piece. I'm going to use a pink door for contrast. And again, to make the roof stronger, I'm going to back my roof pieces with black cardstock, 1 10-pound black cardstock. But I think even if you just had two pieces of 65-pound cardstock, it would still work pretty well too. And remember, to get the door, you have to look at the PDF file and print that out so you can cut it. You can cut it from the PDF file if you want with a print and cut, but I mean, really, all you need to do is just cut out a little circle easily. Now, I just printed out my little clock. I'm going to go ahead and glue that to the back before I forget. And I'm going to trim it a little bit so the white doesn't show through. Doesn't show through that little star there or the bat here. And for some reason, my printer didn't print it very well. You know, it did great on this one. Smeared on this one. I'll have to figure that out. Okay. Flip it over. Line it up. Yeah, line it up. There we go. And next, let's go ahead and fold along all the score lines. So our top tab has to fold. The back roof flap has to fold. The side glue tab, the bottom tab. It's usually easier if you fold towards yourself first because that's where the indentation is. And if you have trouble doing the line because it's starting to bend at the wrong place, lay down a ruler and then fold. Then you get a much better line. Then fold away the bottom flap. This roof flap needs to fold. Let's try this way. And then backwards, and finally the angled flaps, these angled score lines. And sometimes they can be a little tricky, so just use your ruler if you need it, which I obviously did. I started to bend it wrong. There you go. Now fold away. And same thing here. Now let's glue the background pieces in. I'm going to add a pink door on the front of this one. So I'm applying glue to the part that has all the cutouts so I don't mess up. So glue's not visible everywhere. You know, it's especially important if you're an over gluer. Okay. Add our piece. Okay. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's add the side ones, the side pieces. There we go. Let's see how it looks. This door is just slightly bigger than the cutout, so I'm actually going to apply the glue to the door, trying to minimize the visibility of glue. I'm hoping pink works, just for a little contrast. Okay, and I've got to glue the shingle overlay to this back piece. There we go. Only one more piece of gluing. The side tab to this side. So apply some glue. And here's one way to do it. You can kind of close it like this, fold the flap in, be sure to line up the bottom. This should be lined up, and press. We're almost done. All right, let's put the bottom piece in first. I think it's a little easier. It doesn't matter much, but I think it's a little easier if you do it first because it kind of maintains the structure for the roof piece. Slide it in. Yeah, somehow. Sometimes it's easy. There we go. Usually after the first time, I think it's easier. There we go. Nice and square. Nice and square. Fits well. Remember, we fold the roof, these angled roof pieces in, and then we pull this flap over, and it's got an opening at the top, a little slot at the top, and we will slide this in. There we go. I want my gable to stick out, and it was kind of stuck. There we go. And now let's add the roof pieces, the shingles. And I made them about 1/8 of an inch, just over 1/8 of an inch larger than the width of the house, just because I think proportionately it looks better. So that's, if you're wondering why I did that, it would be, you wouldn't have the problem of this bending if I hadn't done that, but I like the way it looks. I think it looks better. So let's add glue, and be sure not to apply glue at the top where the tab inserts into the flap on the back part of the roof. That's kind of important. You don't want to glue your little house together if you're using it as a gift box. If you want to use vellum so that light can shine through, and use it as a little tea light, that would work well. And on the back, let's do the same thing, making sure we don't glue our tab together. And try to line it up so that they are even on each side. There we go. That's how easy it is to make this really, really cute gift box. I'm just tickled with the design because it's simple, it cuts out fast, it assembles easily. If you wanted to do a whole classroom or make it for a party, little treat bags, something like that, I think it's really one of the easier ones I've ever done. Okay, so this is the Easy Halloween gift box, and I hope you have fun making it. And remember, if you have any questions, you can always tag me online, or you could, especially on my Facebook group, my Paper Houses Facebook group, or you can email me, help@paperglitterglue.com. Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay, so it's me again, Lucy, and see, isn't it easy? Don't you want to make it? Don't you want like a whole classroom of little Halloween gift boxes that you can save and bring out each year? Okay, alrighty, so that's it for today, and I will see you for, I think I have 2 more crafts that I think you will enjoy. Or rather, I have 2 more crafts within the 20 days of crafts, so there are lots of crafts coming up. You'll have, lots of things to choose from.